That's going to be really tense. Like, some people feel tense today. If you're there at Game 7, what does that feel like?
Oh my God. I don't know. I mean, it's like 10 times 10, I guess.
Yeah. The next game will be on Monday at Chase Center, where if the vibe was wild and crazy, it's a big screen watch party, which it was. It will likely be much, much louder. At Chase Center, Megan Goldstein, KCBS.
And we will have live updates and coverage for you throughout the afternoon and the evening here on KCBS.
Is tough coaching now toxic? There's an expectation that you always have to be performing well. There's a point where you hate your coach because they're hammering you so hard and you're so exhausted.
What was acceptable 20 years ago isn't acceptable now.
I'm Holly Kwong. Hear that story Monday morning right here on the Bay Area's #1 news station, KCBS. And download the Odyssey app, that's AUDACY, and favorite KCBS. Stream us anytime, anywhere.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author and star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economists and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs from Wharton, MIT, and Stanford share a strange concept called the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income with the same dollars saved, and your money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right, if the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get a free copy of this brand new movie, The Baby Boomer Dilemma, at 1-800-960-8585. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free. I'll even pay your shipping and handling, no credit card required. So don't delay, call right now. 1-800-960-8585. That's 1-800-960-8585. 1-800-960-8585.
42-year-old male, South Asian descent, complaining of fatigue and shortness of breath. Family history of heart disease, borderline high cholesterol, and hypertension. Is this a serious condition? It is, if this is you. At El Camino Health, we not only treat your condition with the best possible care, we also treat you with compassion, because results are all that matter. But in that moment, how you're treated means everything. Accept nothing less than El Camino Health.
The natural beauty of Humboldt Redwood brings imagination to life. Rich, warm, and versatile for the deck you've always wanted. An amazing pergola and redwood furniture for your outdoor paradise. Authentic Humboldt Redwood from Sustainable Forests is featured at Dolan's. Stop in, speak with a decking expert, and see the beauty of Humboldt Redwood. You'll like Dolan's lower prices. Visit DolanLumber.com.
Find what you love at the Miele Innovation Center at Friedman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill. Out of your dreams and into your kitchen. Select the qualifying built-in kitchen appliance package that is right for you with unrivaled technology and luxury-grade quality. When you bring home a Miele, you're bringing home true innovation. Now, for a limited time, save up to $1,800 with a purchase of a qualifying Miele appliance package. Visit the Miele Innovation Center at Friedman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill or at friedmansappliance.com.
138 at KCBS. Traffic updates every 10 minutes as we head back to the Ferry Fest in Richmond. That's where Shane Dennis is.
All right, do have a new problem right now in Pittsburgh. This is on Highway 4 as you're traveling eastbound. This is an accident just after Willow Pass Road. They do have the left lane blocked at this moment, so traffic is quickly building up as you're approaching Willow Pass. Now I want to take you back over to the North Bay. We still have this car fire causing quite the delays right now if you're traveling on 101 going northbound, making your way into San Rafael. This car fire is off to the right-hand shoulder before the central San Rafael exit. Now, fire department is on scene trying to put out this fire, but it's already adding to your delays as you're coming off the upper deck of the bridge from the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, so be aware of that. Also, let's give you an update right now on that crash in Oakland, 580 eastbound, just after High Street. That overturn accident is still causing quite the delays right now from Fruitvale Avenue. Your next update's at 1:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Temperatures today have been warmish, 80s, 90s if you're inland, but slightly cooler compared to yesterday because of that onshore flow. Even cooler tomorrow and Monday. Lows tonight in the 50s and 60s. Traffic and weather together on KCBS.
Hi, I'm Aaron, owner of California Deluxe Windows. Ever notice? When your neighbors get new windows, there is a large black eye of broken stucco, uneven plaster, and even mismatched paint. At California Deluxe Windows, we never leave a ring around the window. Why? Because we are one of the only companies companies in California who custom crafts every window and door to your home's exact measurements. Almost everyone else on the radio is a distributor. They grab a window from a warehouse, break open your walls, shove it in, and patch things up. At California Deluxe Windows, we take pride in our work. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
Call now for a limited time. You get 20% off your entire order and 18 months of interest-free financing. 800-918-5100. 800-918-5100. 800-918-5100. California Deluxe Windows. Windows engineered for life.
Certain terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 774518.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Wendy's, we make breakfast better. Like with our breakfast Baconator. Better from top to bottom bun. Savory sausage patty? Better. Crispy oven baked bacon? Better. Fresh cracked eggs? Better. The breakfast Baconator might just be the greatest breakfast sandwich of all time. So you can keep settling for not better, or you can get a better breakfast from Wendy's. Of choice. Choose right. Choose Wendy's better breakfast. U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
141 now. At KCBS, I'm Dan Mitchinson. A federal board has rejected the company's effort to control a defunct Northern California rail line to ship coal. KCBS's Mike DeWald reports the move clears the way for the development of an ambitious trail project.
The train had faced fierce opposition from conservation groups as well as North Coast political leaders. They petitioned to be able to start this coal train on the tracks that would go through the Sierra, travel through the Bay Area, and up the North Coast to Humboldt Bay. That's State Senator Mike McGuire. The petition was denied more on a technicality. North Coast Railroad Company missing a filing deadline in its effort to take control of the more than 170 miles of abandoned rail line. This has been a massive fight. Literally thousands of residents across the North Coast and the Bay Area have signed a petition to stop the coal train. Finally, the Surface Transportation Board put a nail in the coal train's coffin. This is incredible. The move allows the Great Redwood Trail to move forward. That's a 320-mile trail using the same rail line to connect San Francisco and Humboldt Bay. This gives us certainty. We'll be kicking off the master plan here in the coming 90 days. We couldn't be more thrilled, and it's about damn time. 3 California congressmen are calling for increased scrutiny of North Coast Railroad's financial data. In the North Bay, Mike DeWald, KCBS.
A full but concerning monkeypox outbreak happening in the U.S. About 50 cases have been identified so far, almost a dozen in California and 4 announced in the Bay Area. Rochelle Walensky, director for the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, says the CDC is working to make sure everyone knows just how monkeypox is transmitted and also how it isn't.
Monkeypox spreads through direct contact with bodily fluids or sores on the body of someone who has monkeypox, or with direct contact with materials that have touched these bodily fluids and sores, such as clothing or linen. It may also spread respiratory secretions when people have close, sustained face-to-face contact. Monkeypox is not thought to linger in the air and is not typically transmitted during short periods of shared airspace.
The CDC tells us there's been over 1,400 cases of monkeypox around the world, but there have been no deaths associated with the outbreak. The risk of contracting the virus remains low. 1:43 now. We'll check sports in 90 seconds on KCBS.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they had atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer. The authority on business is Bloomberg Television.
How divided is this F1 debate right now?
Global business headlines, market-moving news, and smart analysis.
The question seems to come up all the time.
Powered by 2,700 journalists and analysts in more than 120 countries around the world.
Now we log its closed.
Featuring incredible ride hires. Bloomberg weather in your area.
For a smarter start to your day, start with us.
I'm Jennifer Hodges, downtown San Jose.
Stream KCBS for news, traffic, weather, business, and more.
Live in East Oakland, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
Never miss a headline. Never miss a story. Never miss the news. Tell your smart speakers to play KCBS Radio.
And coming up on KCBS,
I'm Kathy Novak. What it felt like for a 19-year-old Oakland author to be selected for Oprah's book club.
It was the shock of a lifetime.
well, that coming up in 5 minutes right now. Just wrapping up the second inning, and the A's are leading Cleveland 1-0. More from the sports desk with Ted.
We always think of the great partnerships in sports. Bill Walsh had Joe Montana, Bruce Bochy had Buster Posey, and for Steve Kerr, it is Steph Curry.
You know, that's the thing that makes him special is, you know, his character, strength of character matches his skill and his level of conditioning. It's all tied together. You know, he just cares so much. He works so hard. It's so easy to coach.
That was Kerr on Friday night after Curry's masterful 43-point performance that led the Warriors to a 107-97 win over Boston to level their series with the Celtics at 2 games apiece.
You know, whenever I'm done coaching, I will look back and just say, thank you to Steph, you know, night after night, because he's made this situation for us as an organization just easy for everybody. He's just a special player, special person.
The series with Boston is a long way from being over. Game 5, Monday night at Chase Center at 6. At the sports desk, Ted Ramey, KCBS.
Please pay attention as actor Ben Barnes shares an important message about price hikes.
Millions of AT&T and Verizon customers are suffering from unexpected price hikes and economic adjustment charges. But there is a solution. Right now, when you switch your family to T-Mobile Magenta Max, you can get up to $1,000. And you'll get T-Mobile's price lock guarantee. They won't raise the rates of your rate plan ever. T-Mobile will give you up to $1,000 when you switch your family to Magenta Max. And you'll get T-Mobile's price lock guarantee because you are entitled to more.
We should listen to Ben.
And you should listen to me, because I'm a British actor with a British accent.
If you've been or think you will be impacted by these price hikes, head to T-Mobile, where you may be eligible to receive up to $1,000.
$1,000 back for 5 switch lines on Max via $200 virtual prepaid card per line, allowing fixed price lock guarantees and monthly rate plan price per card, talk, text, and data on qualifying lines. Exclusions apply. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Meet Boost, the amazing vitamin boost that make you feel like I like this boosted. My vitamins get boosted. I like this boosted. We like that. Boost, the amazing vitamin boost.
148 KCBS, keeping an eye on the roads for us. Here's Shane Guinness, who is at the Ferry Fest at the Richmond Ferry Terminal.
Yeah, let's go back to the North Bay, give you an update on that car fire right now. 101 northbound, just before you get to the central San Rafael exit. Now, the car fire is off to the right-hand shoulder. Fire department is on scene. They're taking up the 2 right lanes at this moment, trying to put out that fire. A lot of heavy smoke in that area. So you're looking at delays on 580 as you're coming off the upper deck of the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, and also on 101 northbound as you're approaching 580. A lot of heavy traffic in that area because of this car fire. Now, I want to take you over to the peninsula. It's a new problem just popped up on 101 northbound side. This is going to be in San Mateo. Before you get to Highway 92, try to avoid the left lane. Got a car, that's where another car wreck is. We're already seeing traffic quickly building up as you're approaching Hillsdale Boulevard. If you are in the peninsula area, I suggest you take 280. There's a much cleaner alternate leaving out of San Jose. You're not going to run into any slow traffic. It's a really clear drive at this time of the afternoon. Back over to Oakland, we still have a lot of heavy traffic on 580 eastbound before you get to High Street. This is because of a overturned accident off to the right-hand shoulder. Look for those delays as you're approaching Fruitvale Avenue. Your next update's at 1:58 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
We start the cool down today, even though Sunday is the day you're really going to feel it. Today we drop on average about 10 degrees. That means Livermore, you're going to 91. We'll go to 89 in San Jose today. Santa Rosa goes to 94. Oakland goes to 81. And we'll go to 94 in Concord. The city will go to 73. Nice improvement, but tomorrow it's a big drop. Listen to the difference. It's only going to be in the upper 70s on Sunday for daytime highs for many of those hottest inland locations. Livermore, San Jose, Santa Rosa, Concord. You're not getting out of the 70s all day tomorrow. So if you like it warm, make the most of today's mid-90s. And thankfully, we do not have a heat advisory in place today. That was allowed to expire, except for Solano County. We still have an excessive heat warning for places like Vacaville and Fairfield, where temperatures will be in the high 90s, near 100 again today. We'll warm up a bit by the middle part of next week, but probably just about where we are today. I'm meteorologist Aaron Peck with your KCBS KPIX5 First Alert Forecast.
Receive 3 free gifts with a qualifying mattress purchase. Now Mancini Sleep World, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on KCBS. It's 1:50. If you are planning to spend the weekend with a good book, this might pique your interest. 19-year-old Oakland author Layla Motley has just released her debut novel, and she's become the youngest writer to ever be chosen for Oprah's book club. KCBS's Kathy Novak has more.
As Oprah Winfrey describes it, Night Crawling is a soul-searching portrait of survival and hope written by an incredible new talent.
It doesn't feel like she's talking about me, so it's definitely kind of a mind warp.
Layla Motley is grateful that her book about a young black woman will be in the hands of so many readers.
Often we are, as a culture, collectively uncomfortable with recognizing the vulnerability of black girls and black women.
The 2016 sex abuse scandal involving the Oakland Police Department inspired the story, and the former Oakland Youth Poet Laureate calls her novel an ode to the city.
A lot of the time, when outsiders talk about Oakland, it is very binary and one-dimensional, and I wanted this book to show parts of the city that I think we don't often get to hear about.
The first book club discussion happens online on Monday. Kathy Novak, KCBS.
The spotted lanternfly, you may not have heard of this invasive species, but since it feasts on great vineyards and it appears to be on its way, we thought we'd talk about it with KCBS's Jim Taylor.
Lanternflies are lethal to vineyards. That's a quote from Dr. Michael Rupp, insect specialist known as the Bug Guy. His popular Bug of the Week blog, the invasive insect from China showing up about 10 years ago in the mid-Atlantic states, it wipes out vineyards.
To gain sufficient nutrients to support growth, development, and egg production, they remove vast quantities of phloem from the plant and excrete the excess as a sugary solution known as honeydew.
The honeydew excretion turns moldy. That kills the vine. In the meantime, things can get messy.
These feeding lanternflies squirt honeydew from their rear end. If you stand underneath, hey, you're going to get a lanternfly shower.
According to this study published in the journal Communications Biology, spotted lanternfly predicted to reach California in just 5 years if preventative measures are not taken. Jim Taylor, KCBS.
In the time before Roe v. Wade, female activists who would help other women get abortions called themselves Janes. KCBS's Jennifer Hodges spoke with the director of an HBO documentary that has the same name.
In the 1960s, signs posted in Chicago read, "Pregnant, don't want to be, call Jane." So who's Jane?
The Janes started serving the underserved communities in Chicago on the south and the west side.
An underground railroad of sorts for abortion access. Emma Pildes is the producer and director of the Janes documentary.
And that's what happens when abortion care is not federally protected and it goes to the state level.
Pildes says the Janes were women with connections who helped women with none.
They leveraged their own privilege to be able to help these women that were being failed, by the government and the healthcare system in this country.
The Janes documentary is airing on HBO. Jennifer Hodges, KCBS.
Natural giant Smithfield Foods announcing it will close its only California plant next year. Company rep says it's just too expensive to do business here in California. Farmer John Meatpacking Plant is in an industrial suburb just south of Los Angeles. It's expected to close down in February. An exec says the cost of taxes and water and other utilities are much higher here than elsewhere. Some operations will be moved to the Midwest. Money Watch time now on KCBS.
Retiring abroad? There are some steps to help you make this an easier process. I'm Brian Van Miller on business. Your golden years are a time to do all the things your day job did not allow. And for some people, that includes retiring in a different country than the one you might have spent most of your life. According to Barron's, there are a few things to consider when going down this road. First, take a trial run. Spend an extended amount of time in the place you're considering calling home. See if you can live on a budget. Find a neighborhood you like. Get a taste for the culture and the people. Next, secure residency. The process is not the same for every country and can take a long time. Get all the information together you will require and understand all your options. In some cases, you can make a big investment in the country, such as buying property, but that can get expensive. Finally, death and taxes. Understand the health care and tax system. Make sure you're not breaking the law and will get proper medical treatment.
Brian Van Miller, CBS News. Patrick was way behind on his